Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely to have you all here on today's edition of Team Training Tuesday, to which all the guests that you can invite and can log in are most welcome. And January is coming to an end, would you believe it? And so I wanted to round up what we've been discussing. During the first Tuesday of the month when we resumed, we talked about the effects of our health from inside out. And then the following Tuesday, we talked about what affects our health from outside in. And that all was building up to last week's, where we talked about toxin detoxification. And I had two wonderful ladies from Kenya who presented to us the importance of detoxification. And traditionally, January or February are a good time to detox, so that you start the year off on a clean slate, as it were, and also feeling healthy and strong. And many people make resolutions to shed some weight or to generally start over. And so a detox is a good thing. So during tonight's webinar episode, I want us to connect the dots. And this is basically to help us get our minds ready to do what we do in this family, which is to make the world healthier and happier. My name is Esa Zanambasi. I'm a medical doctor by training. I've been with this family that we call Neolife for a few years, a few absolutely joyful years, and I intend to stay right here in this family because I believe it is the best place to be. So today, I want us to talk about the importance of supplementation. And we are asking the question, why supplement? And we are taking it a step further and say, why Neolife supplements? So for the guests, you are most welcome. I hope you'll learn something. And because of the nature of our concept, opportunity, family, our business, wherever you come in and start is good. It's the perfect time for you. Right. The first thing I want to say is that we need to be eating real food. As much as possible, eat well-grown, organic food, a lot of it largely plants. Avoid processed foods if you can, as much as possible. And generally look after your health as well as possible. We don't ever say stop eating normally and just supplement. No, that's not what we ever say. So find good food, invest in your body, because remember, food is actually information to your cells. And I'll carry that theme further. But I want us to compare fruits and vegetables of today with those of the 50s and 60s. Various studies have been done and show that, for example, apples, potatoes, tomatoes, and I'm sure a lot of other things, fruits and vegetables, contain fewer nutrients today. Also today, crops are grown to maximize yield rather than for their nutritional value. You'll find also that soils are deficient in micronutrients. As a result, plants cannot absorb any because there are none, right? A good example is magnesium. It is deficient in most people's diets. And in my capacity as a medical doctor, we are getting quite alarmed at the numbers of people who are stricken by stroke, who come down with a stroke or even a heart attack, and other people who get high blood pressure. That is all a function of magnesium deficiency. You know, I thought about it quite recently because it can't be explained in any other way apart from the fact that magnesium is very deficient in people's diets. Then I have a question. What happened or what continues to happen? And ever since fertilizers started, and that was round about the Second World War or thereabouts, or shortly after that, there has been a lot of challenges with our food supply because fertilizers are mainly petroleum-based, and from about the mid-90s, when the technology had all been sorted out, we started getting genetically modified foods, organisms. Also then, commercially grown crops are sprayed, they're picked early, they're refrigerated, they're transported far from where they are grown. Then they're purchased, and all along that supply chain, there's a loss of a lot of nutrients, nutrient losses all along the way. So now we are encouraged by what we know from this family that to be healthy, a wellness triangle looks something like this, where we are strong enough and vital and energetic enough to be doing a lot of physical activity. We are managing our weight well. And then we are supposed to have in our diet whole grains, real whole grains, as in everything about a grain. And then fruits and vegetables. I've just pointed out that, yeah, there seems to be a challenge with that. And then protein. We are supposed to get a good quality protein, preferably total, complete protein. And then we are supposed to have fats and sugars in our diets, preferably natural fats that we would call essential fatty acids, and the right kinds of sugars. Unfortunately, typically, we hardly do any physical activity. Our weight management leaves a lot to be desired. We eat very little whole grain. We eat lots of grain, but it is not whole grain because it has been processed. And then we eat way too much fats and sugars, and unfortunately, the wrong types of fats and the wrong types of sugars. So we have a problem on our hands in that our energy levels quickly dwindle. We move out of the energetic zone, and by the time children are early childhood, I could say, and teenage years, the energy levels have dwindled and they're always tired until one grows into the tired and sick zone. And so the quality of life is not as it should be. We're not as full of vitality and mental energy as we could be. However, we then remain in those zones, tired and sick, and as a result, maintained in one way or another. So I have a question for all of us. Who can we trust? Yeah, because people know in their minds that they have to do something about it. So they look for this supplement and that supplement and the other supplement, and then they advise this and they run for it. And then, you know, otherwise all the diets come out and try this diet and try the other diet and stop this and stop that and add this. become totally meat-free, for example. That has become very popular. But people are aware that we need to supplement. So I want to say that researchers found that over a period of about 9 years, they studied many products that were being marketed, over 700 that were studied, and they were marketed as dietary supplements, but they contained hidden active ingredients that were found to be either unsafe or unstudied. Now, at this point, I just want to point out that over 95% 95 to 98% of supplements that are marketed are either synthetic or semi-synthetic, which leaves a very small percentage of real supplements made out of real organic ingredients. So the good news is that there is a solution to this challenge, and the solution is to recognize that we need to feed ourselves at the cell level. We are made out of trillions of cells, and that is what we should be focusing on. So that if any of you have wondered, why are people so sick and tired of being so sick and tired, right? Perhaps they're lacking whole grains. And I can tell you, yes, they are lacking the oils that are found in grain. Those had to be processed out for the grain to be sold in supermarkets. So a healthy cell should allow nutrients in and waste matter out, thanks to the presence of whole grains that have the same biochemistry as the cell membrane that we have. We have trillions of cells, and they have a membrane that has the same biochemistry as the grain oils. But unfortunately, due to food processing, we don't get those oils, and therefore nutrients can't get past whatever the cell membranes are now made out of. They can't get past that. And there's a buildup of toxins or waste product so that the cell eventually becomes very sick. There is a solution. I point it out again. In this family, we've been blessed by having this since the year 1958 when the company started. This was the first product. And what it does is it enhances your energy because it improves nutrient utilization efficiency. In other words, your cells can utilize those nutrients rather than having them bounce off. And all this knowledge and all these products and research are thanks to the Scientific Advisory Board. Our family, called Neolife, has a board of scientists that research and develop everything that we've got. It was founded by the founder member, Dr. Arthur First, who was a toxicologist, pharmacologist, and cancer researcher. Very, very knowledgeable. And he pointed out that, look, you can actually prevent a lot of diseases, including cancer, by good nutrition. Now, nutrition, they repeat again and again, is at a cellular level. And that's why there's that advantage. So we have human natural nutrition, thanks to all the research that has gone into it to provide us nutrition as it should be from food. And it looks after our cells, not only the cell membrane, but also the things inside the cell that do the actual work of the cells in question. So in order to build a strong foundation, bearing in mind that health is your greatest wealth, we want us to start with this product and continue to talk about this product to everybody that cares to listen and who wants to make a difference to their health this year. And even if they are not feeling anything, nutrition and food are something that we all have to do. So with the right nutrition, your cells can perform their very best for your well-being and vitality. And that's what we are talking about today. Okay, so I want to point out the core nutrition, and it has some products, and when you look at all of them, they each have a role. I want to start with the amino acids for a change. Normally we jump to the threonine and the omega and the other things in this little pack, but the amino acids, and I want to point out that this company has the best amino acid product. Why? Because it has all the 22 amino acids that are involved in human nutrition. It has the best score. There is a score that is used to rate or to rank protein shakes and protein products. It is called the Protein Digestibility Corrected Amino Acid Score, PDCAAS. And that score is ranked on a score up to 1, okay? Our protein was found to be very high, not only, okay, when the studies were done, they found that it exceeded that particular score. So it has a very good score. And that means that when you drink the shake, it has all the amino acids and they are absorbed because of the digestion. It is pre-digested to take away the stress on your stomach, and all the amino acids are available. That is a very key point. And if you are making a New Year's resolution, I think this is one thing you should resolve to do, to include this in your supplement program. Then that is the contents of the pack. We've talked about threonine. I want us to focus also on omega-3, carotenoid complex, an amazing product indeed that helps to enhance the body's immune system by a whopping margin of 37% in 20 days. That was a study that was done and it was proven. And of course, vitamins and minerals are required. Then we have supplements that are required by those little ones when they need them most because they are growing. And these ones also have threonine, the grain oils, they get them early. So now, that's not all. We also are privileged to have targeted solutions. We all know that diabetes and the complications of diabetes are on the increase. And so we have this amazing product. It has alpha-lipoic acid, among all the other things, chromium and everything required to ensure that blood sugar is well controlled and the body generally gets what it needs and deserves. Now, I'll just quickly talk about other products. And remember, we are connecting dots here with a reason. The reason being to understand why we do things the way we do. Right, cleaning products. If your environment is full of toxins, we did detox last week, you are at a disadvantage. So that's why we have cleaning products that are low burden, non-toxic, 100% biodegradable, very economical, very versatile. You don't need a whole load of things, you just need a few. Skincare, same story, non-toxic, kind to your skin, organic. This Nutrients Organic is known not to have all the chemicals like other ranges from another range that is not with us. Okay, we don't have chemicals, for example, that would be used as a sun protection factor. Instead, they've infused nutrients such as carotenoids and polyphenols. Very important difference. And then finally, just a quick round of the products that you can get. In order to have good food and a strong food supply, I would like us to go back to the basics of growing some of our food. So growing vegetables, that would be lovely. And we have a product called Super Grow, which can make a huge difference to the way plants absorb water from deep down in the ground, so that those minerals that are lower down in the ground can be reached by the root system. Okay, so what we are doing is connecting dots, right? And Neolife says disease prevention, the key to disease prevention and health promotion is as simple as weight management, very key, physical activity, and a diet rich in whole foods. Okay, so once we have that in mind, we have 5 things to remember as regards great health. They might look simple, but trust me, they're not simple. And that's why we need to connect these dots carefully. Diet is what we eat. Nutrition is what our cells receive. So if the diet is good, and we pointed out that diet is like information to your cells, and the cells can actually get the nutrients, then you're good. Rest and adequate sleep and relaxation, very important. Exercise, stress management, and supplementation. So having all that sorted out, let's see how to take responsibility, shall we? To be healthy, and this is now my process of connecting dots. To be healthy, it really helps if you purpose to be healthy, to be wealthy rather. It helps if you purpose to be healthy, and all of us would like to be wealthy. And so a lot of us are out there really working flat out to create an income, which is good. That's what we should be doing. We should be working. But we also need to remember that in order to be able to work and create wealth, health is number 1. That's our greatest wealth. Then health will happen when you are intentional with your habits. And I've just outlined the habits. Life also happens, unfortunately. And so we can argue until the cows come home that being healthy is expensive. We can say that, and we can repeat it to ourselves, and we can say it enough times until we even believe it, that being healthy is expensive. The question is it really? And that's where I said, let us ask for wisdom. And at that point, for those of you who enjoy delving into scripture, I'd encourage you to read the whole of chapter 8 of the book of Proverbs and just check it out, okay? But ask for wisdom. Then take responsibility and ownership. We are still connecting those dots. Choose to learn. Decide to be teachable. Accept the invitation to the family. If you're a visitor here, we are inviting you to our family, the Neolife family. We are on a mission to make the world healthier and happier. We'll do it so much better with you. And we would really love for you to introduce all those people that you know, so that you too can become wealthy as everybody else is busy becoming healthy. When you accept the invitation, please become an active member of the family. Please take ownership and become a teacher to other people as well. So in short, I just wanted to let the guests know, and the newer distributors and everybody, that everybody comes to the family like a baby as a distributor and will begin to grow into a child, an adolescent, and continue growing. By the time you reach executive manager, you are sort of like able to start earning a decent income. Down here, you're just getting pocket money, but you start earning. You've got your first, we can say, apprenticeship or your first job, but you aim for director. And being a director is a good thing. After that, Emerald Director means you are consistently qualifying as a director. Then you start sharing and developing other people. You become a parent, okay? So that's why we call ourselves a family, because we actually have the growth patterns of a family. By the time you're on the president's team, you are in the elders team, and therefore you deserve to be paid decently. This is about over $3,000 a month. That's what we are talking about, creating wealth. But it starts right at the beginning. As a distributor, you will save money. And that is the first rule of making money. You save money in order to create an income and to create wealth. So I hope you see how we are connecting dots here. I just want to point out the benefits of a director, because once you aim at getting to director, you will get 25% of your sales volume bonus paid to you, and it can be quite significant. There's personal development. You'll be invited to attend leadership schools. You'll get extra income and streams of extra income. There are incentive bonuses, there's consistency bonus, there's leadership development bonus. So for anybody who's looking for more than just a side hustle, I promise you this can be a good career. So let's go on. What do you do next? Yes, once you have achieved director, help others to do the same. Develop other directors. And that is when you reach that level of the elders, as I called it, or the president's team. And it has unlimited earning potential. Now, before I open up for discussion, I promise that this will be an event where we can discuss, and I just wanted to talk for a short time. We have a unique success habit. The others are use your product, share the opportunity or the concept, share the product, and keep learning, keep learning. But here's a unique success habit in our family, and that is how to handle objections. Okay, some people will come to you and say, I don't have money to start. Ask for wisdom, because you can't afford not to look after your health. And then you might say, I don't have the time. Listen, this is actually what you want to get out of it. And I'm assuming that you want to be healthy, right? So you can't say you don't have time to be healthy. You can't be too busy to look after your health. Anyway, let's carry on. Some people will whine at you that the products are too expensive. Well, we have comparisons to show that these products are in fact not too expensive. They're very valuable, but when you are comparing, I think it is much more expensive to wait until you're very sick and then scramble to try and buy your health back. Okay, so this is like an investment, and a very good one at that. Other people will come up with all sorts of other objections. I want to think about it. It's a pyramid scheme. I'm not the selling type. On that one, I want to say nobody has said anything about selling, okay? We talk about using the product and then sharing that information with other people. So when it comes to handling objections, It really means that somebody lacks information and they want to be heard so that you can explain properly and they understand it. So use this little rule called I feel what you're saying. I felt the same way when I first looked at it, but I found that TreeNN transformed my life. Something like that. Okay, so that is the unique success habit that you will acquire in this opportunity, in this family, and that is to handle objections. And finally, as we look forward to the new month, and as we reflect on this month that has passed, and I just hope that all of you have reached the goals. There's still a few more days. Tomorrow is month end, really. I hope you have reached all the goals that you intended to. Remember that every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath, smile, and start again. And keep doing that, because what we are on is a very noble mission to make the world a healthier and happier place. So thank you. I'm going to allow everyone to discuss, and I'm going to stop sharing as well.